Stand and deliver employability skills embedded in the undergraduate research oral presentations. In the research oral presentations, students present their findings to a mixed audience of both students and staff. They don't often recognise this aspect of the course as practising transferable skills. Here are some comments from students on their experience of the presentations.
It was a bit of a pain to prepare for the presentation, but afterwards I felt really satisfied because after working in the lab for 3-4 months and you can actually, this is your chance to shine. This is your chance to actually communicate what you've done in your last 3-4 months. And people are interested and they ask questions and you interact.
It was the first time that we'd had to present, so if we'd have graduated without ever having to do that, I think we would have been at a real disadvantage in situations like interviews.
So yes, I am actually really stressed about presenting it because there would be a lot of lecturers which have much more expertise in this particular field I will be presenting, and I'm expecting to be criticised by the end of it.
It gets easier as you go on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Once you're in it,
yeah.
You go.
But the first word is very wobbly.
Yeah.
I still remember so clearly the first 5 seconds of it because I was so nervous, so nervous for it. It was the first time I'd ever really stood up in a room like that. I felt it.
I felt the pressure.
Yeah. I definitely found it one of the most challenging things for the 3 years.
And just defending your work as well, that
Yeah,
you've done is
yeah.
of use to other people.
Having a whole class and talking about something that I would know and would have researched before is actually a very good experience as opposed to going into a work placement interview in law without any prior knowledge or expertise in it.
So, what do employers want? Good communication skills.
Definitely very strong communication skills. I think that's one of the key things they're looking for. Because generally with people with a PhD, the employers kind of automatically think you don't really get to communicate a lot and you kind of isolated in your research. And on a daily basis, you just focus on your research. You don't really talk a lot with other people to communicate science. But I think, as I said, the oral presentation really made me kind of better in communicating science to different audience groups.
The fact that you may already have an ease while speaking to a broad public is quite something that employers would be interested in, because even for an interview, if you're not confident while speaking or sure of what you're saying or hesitate too much, employers won't employ you.
Good IT skills and good organisational skills.
Yeah, you have to be prepared.
Yeah, and I think you need to learn how to prepare the slides themselves. Like you have to don't have the slide just for the point of having the slide. Make a point of it.
Being able to summarize information or previous research we had done for a year or so just onto a PowerPoint and then communicating all this information in a relatively easy way to unexperienced students is something that even in a job we will need.
And of course, thinking fast. Adaptability is a key attribute.
Having to react on the spot to scientific questions, not, sitting there with a pen and a paper, discuss this. It's more someone asks you something and you have to do your best of your ability in that second, and I think that was really important.
The presentation you can practice and you practice in front of your fellow students, your supervisor. You can correct whatever mistakes or things that's not so good, but in the question session, it's something that you can't predict. You don't know what people will throw at you. So it kind of makes me go back to textbooks.
And finally, a few words from 2 employees on the oral presentations.
Presenting, especially in a formal setting to people that the students respect is a memorable experience. It is nerve-wracking, but it's a really, really good learning experience because even if they do it wrong, they're going to remember that. Out of all the other assessments where they get answers wrong or they don't explain themselves properly, getting it wrong in a presentation will be something that they will remember, and the next time they have to do it, they will learn from that mistake.
it's a skill, and practice makes perfect. There's no job where you don't communicate. It's the most important skill you possibly do.